Hello, 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 everyone. It's Kim from K&RP here in southeastern Manitoba. It's a cloudy, damp day again here. It's -3 Celsius, but it feels like -9 with the wind chill factor, which means that is 27 degrees Fahrenheit. With it feels like 16 degrees with the wind chill factor. So it's definitely getting a little bit chillier, but it's not. It's still not the deep cold of the winters that we um, are known for here in Manitoba. But again, like I say, this time of year when we have Festival de Voyageur, it seems to warm up so that all the ice sculptures and the snow sculptures are melting, and it's kind of on the sad side. So I'd like to welcome everybody here to my channel. Anybody who's replaying or up in the audience or here in the live, welcome here. Today we are doing flips, flip outs, ups, ins, whatever. It's something that we've decided to do. We pulled this stick and it was flips. When people are around, we will actually do some we'll pull another stick for next week's live. So I gathered up some magazine pages, some copy papers in various colors, some book pages. They all seem to be the same size. So I'm going to play with these to show you how I'm putting the flips in. I also had, where did I put it? It was right here a minute ago. And it is that signature that I was working on. We put in some edgings and things to it. I had it. I just had it, guys. Just had it. My goodness. This is how the day's going to go. I found it. You put things down, then you put stuff on top of it, and you can't find it. So I've got this little signature of various pages. So I want to show you how I would add some flips to this. Some of them already have pages that fold out because they were so large. I wanted them, to be the different sizes. But, something like this, I will put a flip on. This has a tuck. This has a flip. We'll just add things. Hey, Anne, welcome. You're ready to flip out with me? All right. So we'll add some flips to this. I will play with these papers and add flips to some of these. So I'm glad you're here to play. Now, in the description box, I did put the list of supplies. I think I put washi tape in there. Hey, Melody, welcome. I'm not sure if I put washi tape in there or not. I don't have washi tape. I make my full washi tape, but I'm just going to show you how to do it with thin strips of paper. Glue it down. By all means, you can use washi tape. I might show you how, if you've just got regular Scotch tape, the clear tape for wrapping presents and fixing book pages and things. So I'll show you a few different ways of attaching, and then I will show you a few different ways of folding things so you get some more interesting flips instead of just a page that like this, where it just flips that way. So we're ready to flip. Should we pull a stick for next week before we do that? Before we start flipping? I need a color. Blue, green, yellow, pink, red, brown, neutral. If somebody wants to give me a color, we'll find out what we're doing next week. Blue? All right. That's blue. I'll turn it over in a minute. I'll just put this one in the used stick bin. And next week is going to be snippet rolls. All right. We just did this recently, but I'm more than willing to do it again. I have so much scrap, and because I chopped up all that scrapbook paper that I had, I chopped it all up into things that I figured would be much more useful to me instead of having just a big box behind me that I'm constantly running into and over. I figured I would chop it up, so that's what I did. All right, snippet rules it is. It is. You love snippet rolls? Me too. Me too. I've been having an awful lot of fun with them. So next week it's going to be all about the scraps. I'll pull out some fabric as well so that I can add some fabric to mine. Unfortunately, my sewing machines still are not fixed. I will not have them fixed by next Tuesday, I'm sure. It'll be what it will be. All right. So that's the signature that we've been adding stuff to throughout our creative play. These are pages that I am going to make a journal out of. So there's no real, hey Sherry, welcome. There's no real plot for how I'm going to do the journal yet. I don't have a theme, anything. I'm just going to make a bunch of pages and put it together the way I normally do. So I've got pages ready to go. I have some 3x5 pieces of painty paper so that I can use these for flips. I've got my bin of 3x4-inch painty paper, things that I use for background. So I've got those ready. But I also have these little bits of the scrapbook paper where, I've folded a lot of them in half because I figured this way I could tuck it over a belly band, stick it on the side of a page with a paper clip, something, right? So I've got all kinds of little folded up bits here that I'm going to use for doing some flips on this. And I have, it's called legal size paper. It is 8.5 by 14. So I cut a few of them into 3-inch strips so that we can do some, folded stuff so we've got long flip outs. Are we ready? Okay. So because these Train Magazine ones, I haven't covered the pages yet, I will only be working on something with an image. This kind of thing I will cover over with a painted paper. So I'm going to, that one I'll use. This one I can put a flip out on. This one can have a flip out. Okay, so I've got a few that I can get away with. I almost thought there was paper on that, but that's sky. That's interesting. I'll use that one as. You ready? All right. So, of course, we all know the very easiest thing to use for flip outs is envelopes. I don't have envelopes that fit on these small pages, but I will grab an envelope just to show you how easy it is to add a flip out using an envelope. So I just have a little, one of these little envelopes. So, of course, the easiest thing to do is just take your, what is that? The fold? Hey, Belinda, welcome. The seal, the flap. And, okay, can't get the paper open now so that you would put it to the edge of the envelope and it would close in. And then when you opened it, you've got the envelope and then your full page to write on. So that's one way. Very easy, simple, ready to go. On this side, what you could do is you could fold it so that it too is a flip, in which case I would put something on the back so that you don't have the glue strip. So I would take it and I would fold it so that it would flip. Does that make sense? Or I would just glue it down and cover it with a piece of paper or something. Right? You could also do it this way so it's all on one page, so it's not wrapped around. Either way. Super simple flip. Anything with a fold in it can become a flip. Envelopes are the easiest. So, let me just figure this out. Okay, these little dudes, I don't know, you can't see. Standing on top of the rock's in an arch. So I'm going to do it so that that's at least right side up so they're not hanging upside down. Hey, Renee, nice to see you. We are doing flip outs today. Flip outs, flip ups, that kind of thing. So let's just grab one of these. That's not one. Like I said, I've got all this stuff, scrapbook stuff because I chopped it up. So I have this piece that is folded over, and it looks just like in a little envelope kind of thing, right? So you open up the flap, and it double folds out. So we're going to consider that as a flip, right? So for this, there's a few different ways we can put it down. We can just glue it straight down on the page like this. We could glue it so that we've got a pocket behind. We can do it so that it's glued down this way. Well, I would do it at this edge. And then it would flip all the way out to the side. If you do something like that and it's that long, if you have a journal like this, if you've got something that's going to flip out the side that long, you're going to want to have, some way of having it so that it's flat and not tearing off. So that's the one thing you really have to remember if you're doing the flips, that, it could be a little bit hazardous. Another thing you could do, I love folding up papers like this, right? It's a fun thing. We could put it on this side, use it as a pocket. So this is folded on this side. And again, like the envelope, we could put glue just around here and use it as a pocket. And you know what? I kind of like that. What do you guys think? This is only a single layer of paper. If I'm going to use this as a pocket, I would like to reinforce this edge. So I'm just going to take a scrap of, it can even be book page. Let's put some book page down, a couple of layers, just so that we've got some stability against the edge that's going to be where we're tucking stuff in. Because it's got to be firm enough so that I'm just gluing this whole thing, folding it in half, and that way I can just lop off hunks as I need it. I like the double duty aspect as well. So like I say, you could do it a multitude of ways. You can have that double duty aspect on the page, on one page, or you can have it the wraparound. I really like the wraparound. I think it's kind of fun. Okay, so I'm just going to take this and I'm going to glue it across the top of this page because that's going to be our pocket. So again, this is a piece of scrapbook paper. So I just folded it in a little bit. I don't measure, right? There, I liked the fact that this one came, but it didn't go all right. That it doesn't come all the way to the edge. I like the fact that it looks like an envelope flap when I do it, if that makes sense. It also lets people know that there's something behind that. Let's open it, right? But because we're going this way, maybe they're not going to notice. We'll talk about that as soon as I've got this done. So, I don't really care which side's up. It's scrapbook paper. As I say, I'm just going to take this and put some glue down on here, glue the book page to it, and trim. Doesn't have to be overly wide. It just has to give that bit of stability right at the edge. I'm going to take it a little ways in from the fold so that the fold continues to fold nicely. And because that's going to be on the inside, I'm not even as worried that it's straight. Okay, so now I'll trim this up. I will, really. And I'll put my glasses on. So how's everybody doing? Did everybody have a good day yesterday? I played in that beast of a journal that I just pulled over here. And then I realized that, I'm sure your hubby was irritated when it went down. So as I was working in that journal, finishing up some stuff, I realized that I had to glue a whole bunch of more stuff in it because of the embellishing I was doing. Oh, that is a never-ending journal. Okay, so we've got the signature folio. This is called a folio, right? That it's just one folded page for going inside the journal. So it's the folio. Oh, we wanted it on a page where the picture was that I don't have to add anything. I can just leave the pictures as it is. So it's going to go over here. So I am now just going to put it down so that it's like a pocket. So we're going to glue across the bottom. And this side. And we're going to make sure that when we put it down, this edge of the page is just a smidge inside where that fold is. So it's not interfering with the fold. So I don't know if you can see. Let's do it so that you can see. See, it's got a nice fold, but it's got a little wee gap between the fold and the edge of the page. Oh, nice. Nice. Yeah, yesterday I played with that, and then I took a whole bunch of scraps and stuff upstairs because I cut out, when I was doing this scrapbook paper, I cut out a bunch of bitsy birds and fish and leaves, etc. So I hauled that upstairs, my gel pens and pencils, and I finished off the bitsy birds. Yeah. Okay, so there we have it. Looks like a regular page. We open up this page, and oh look, it's floppy. Let's see what it is. Look, it's flipping open. I forgot to put glue down that side. Why did I forget to put glue down that side? I'm talking too much, guys. Talking too much. So now I have to come in very carefully and just put a thin bead of glue down there. Trying not to interfere with the flap. And of course I got a bit of overrun because that's the way it is. So if you don't like how that turned out, you can always come in and put some washi tape so it looks, hey Devin, welcome, nice to see you. We're doing flip outs today. So you can put a piece of washi tape, you can put down a piece of paper, whatever you have to strengthen that seam if you like. But here we go. We've got it so that we've got a pocket on this side. Let me find something to stick in the pocket. Okay, so we've got the pocket here. And like I say, I don't have to do anything to this magazine page because it's got a nice picture. This side, again, it's got a nice picture. I don't have to add anything to it. I can decorate this up and add some pockets on the inside of this if I so desire. It's up to you. Now this kind of thing, you could do it so that it's from the bottom and flips down. Should we do one from the bottom so it flips down? Just so that you can see the variations. Do I have another one like that? If I don't, this is why I chopped up this 11 by or 8.5 by 14 piece so that I can make that kind of a flip so that it's the same kind of idea. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold it up once because I had to fold it in half to cut it. It'll be to there, and we'll go right to here. They're all kind of evenly folded. Let's press those seams down a little bit. And this one. Okay. So now we're going to do the same kind of thing, but we're going to do it at the bottom of the page. Again, I am going to look for something that has pictures that, there we go, nice picture. We'll do that here. Okay, so again, we're going to use this as a pocket. So we're going to glue it so that it is the pocket on this side, but at the bottom of the page. Am I repeating myself? Am I making you guys crazy? Are you understanding? Am I going too fast? So we're going to glue the sides. And this time I'm going to make sure that I remember to do a little bit of glue across the bottom to the pocket. Blessed to wake up? Yes. No, it's not really cold today here either, Devin. We've had a very, very strange winter. Okay, so since this is the one that I'm putting it on, and I think I want it kind of close to this edge, I'm going to line it up so that it's against the edge, and I'm going to look where that fold is and give it that little bit of wiggle room above the fold. Slide it up a little bit. You are able to follow? Okay. So now we've got this one that's here. So when you turn the page, it's going to flop out. Let's fix it. Let's do something kind of fun to lock that in. So what we could do is, if you don't like it being, you turn, like I say, you turn the page, you got to futz with it, make sure it stays in good. I had some poster board circle or cardstock circles. Where are they? Thought I was all ready, guys, and look, I'm not ready. Where did they go? They're bright yellow circles. Ha! Well, let's just cut some more then, because that's irritating. Nope, not there either. Phew. Okay, so I've got some vibrant yellow cardstock. I'm going to cut a few out. Am I making anybody seasick? Am I flailing around like a stabbed fish too much? Okay, so we've got these lovely circles. I need my other hole punch. My little itty bitty one. So I've got a hole punch like this. Now the thing is if you don't have a hole punch, you can take a big darning needle or whatever, something like that. Let's just pull one of those out. Let's not use the hole punch. Let's do this as, with stuff that people may have on hand that don't have all the bits that many of us have. Okay, so I've got this white foamy stuff here. And I'm just going to poke a hole. I guess it's maybe 1/4 of an inch from an edge. Not really caring. All's good. So then I'm going to take a little wee brad. I've got these. I ordered brads, and I had no clue as to what size I was getting. So look at these. Look at these huge brads I've got, guys. Like, so I'm going to use one on this, because I have to use them up. I have bigger ones. That's the size I wanted. You can't see them. This is the size I thought I was getting. That's a nice size brad. Probably 1/2 inch shank. Are those brads? Anyway, these other ones are really small. So I'm going to poke that through. Now I want this so that when I turn it, it's on top of this. So I think that the hole needs to be about there. I just need a little bit of an overlap. Let's get that needle back out. Yeah, bitty brads. They go with those darn bitty birds that I'm making. So I'm going to go about there. And that's where it's going to be. And that way, we'll stick this through. And remember, this magazine page is doubled because I folded it in half before I chopped it. I'm just going to make sure that comes through really nice. It's split. Oh, you're going to be like that. Put it back together. And try again. There. Got both sides through the hole. Spread them. Yeah. So then I'm just going to have this so that I can swing it down and it kind of holds it in place, right? So this is another way you could do flips. You could use a bunch of circles with brads or one brad with a bunch of circles, and you could actually have it so it looks like a flower. If you so want, I'm just going to do that. So, okay, we've got this page. So when we're opening it, oh, look, there's a pocket. This is just copy paper, so it did a really nice buckle on the bottom for me. So I've got a pocket. I'll put a circle or something over this brad, maybe a butterfly, something just to hide the points, right? What have I got kicking around here? Maybe something like that, and have it almost like a little tuck, right? So if I use this as a tuck, it would hide the brad. I could tuck papers in, and the pocket would almost be hidden a little bit too. Not sure. We'll figure something out to go over that eventually. So anyway, I have a pocket. Again, I didn't reinforce this edge, so I will have to come and put an edging on that because it's just a single layer of copy paper. But when we turn the page this way, we go, oh, look. And then we've got this lovely flip out. Look how long that is. Sorry, guys. Now, the really cool thing is you could put a pocket on each of these, right? You could almost treat it like a zine and do a story down it. So every time it flips, there's something like a cartoon strip or something happening. So many ideas for decorating that. But that is a lovely long flip. And again, right now it is just copy paper. I could have used painty paper. We could put a napkin on that. We could just put something with lines, you know, how I do those papers with lines on them. I had those here too. You know, how I draw my own lines. We could, you know, put something like that on each page. So there's all that line pages to write on. You could just leave it as it is. Could, you know, draw a rectangle on it. Put a couple of little flowers or dots or whatever so that it's, you know, you could do a quote in it. Many ideas, one strip of paper, hold it down with a circle. All right. So that was, you know, same thing. This one, I could do another circle to hold it if I want, but because it flips, yes, men are agreeing. Because it flips this way, I'm not as concerned as I am with that one folding open. This one will stay closed for some reason much nicer than this would. Same idea, just, a big long flip out. Yay! It's fun. Okay, so I need another one that's got just a picture that I like. We could use this one. What do I want to use? How these 3x4s, I don't know if they fit. This idea is much better with either smaller pieces. I'm going to pull out some Twinchies. Pull out the Twinchies. Oh dear. I was cleaning, so I cleaned everything up over there. It ended up over here. So I cleaned up over here, and now it's over there. So now I'm knocking stuff over whichever way I go. Okay, let's pull some Twinchies out. Just a variety of, I think I want 4. Kind of the same paint tones. Sort of. The same paint tones. Hey, Jean, welcome. Nice to see you. Yep, that yellow circle would make a nice sunflower. Typings for the birds today? You're in the bushes? All right. Very interesting. Right? Showing my age. Okay. So, what if we did something like this? So we've got one in that corner, and 2 kind of this way, right? So this would be an interesting flip because that would flip open. This would flip open. This would flip open. And this would flip open. The backs aren't finished, so I think I'm just going to use some Scotch tape to put them in. And the reason for that will be why. Because I really would like to do something with the backs. So I don't want to put like a homemade washi tape or something on that yet. We'll just use this. So we're just going to take a little piece of washi tape, and it's going to go here. And we'll want it to flip this way. So we're going to leave that little bit of room so that it's not right against the spine. So then this one we want here. Did I just do that backwards? Nope. We have to kind of decide where we want to place them. You can measure if you like. I'm not going to measure. Does that surprise anybody? No. So it would come here. So it's overlapping little bit. Now, like I say, you could use washi tape. Now I've got 2. I could have gone from the bottom, but I didn't. Nice thing about Twinchies, because they are just the backgrounds, I'm not overly worried about patterns. So now I'm just going to eyeball it stepwise, reasonably the same distance. Eyeballing. We're just eyeballing. And then this one, because it's going to be here. Oh, look. I didn't leave enough room for that. Okay, so this one's going to stick out a little bit. But you know what? That's kind of fun too. So this one's going to be out. So I could turn that into a tab, right? And then we've got this one. And this one. and this one. Look at how cute those are. You could do this with index cards. You could do this with playing cards. You could do this with ATCs. You could do this with anything that you want to do, like a little step cascade kind of thing. I can trim off that edge if I wanted. I could leave it like this. I could trim it off. I could put a big wide edging on this page, maybe some lace or something, so it's not just sticking out. You know, it could be a multitude of things. But like I say, because I haven't done the backs on these, I may just take it apart and do them up and possibly rearrange them. Yeah, that'd be a fun thing to do with the ATCs, Devin. You're right. And the title, right? Because that way you would get the title, you would get the date, who created it. You could even put it so that you know which swap it came from. You know, you could do another little blurb beside it if you wanted. But, you know, okay, so we've got these 4. Now what happens if we want to add another one? Right? We could add another one so that it flips. We would just have to tape it to that one. Does that make sense to you guys? That's not going to work. Never mind, that's not going to work. I thought I had a bright idea, but it doesn't work. But I mean, okay, so what if I want to add another row down this way, right? I bet you that would work. Okay, so I'd be able to get another 2. Let's try it. You know what? Let's try it. So I want this one here because I want to still see some of that. You know, I should be doing this on Wednesdays and call it Wing It Wednesday. Okay, so I want this one to be against the bottom. We'll see what that looks like. Okay, it didn't line up very nice because I wasn't paying as much attention as I probably should have. But I've got this one. I've got this one. I've got this one. I've got this one. I've got this one and this one. That's cute. You can't say that's not cute because that is cute. I just have to be a little bit more precise with lining stuff up like this one. The edge should be equal with that edge. Okay, so let's do that again. I've got this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one. Yeah, it's a flipping convention. Then again, you could do it. I could do another row there if I wanted, right? Like, you just have to kind of figure out how to do it. But you can also do the cascade kind of thing, right? So you've got one here, it flips up. You got one there. Depends on where you want it, right? Let's do it about 1/2 inch down. Rip the page, no big deal. I'm not caring because we're playing and it's just paper. Just eyeballing it, right? You can put a multitude like this. And the really cool thing about this, okay, if you have the tape going right across, it's going to hold it nicer than just some of these don't go right across. I could probably put one, maybe two more under that. Let's see. Let's see. Let's test it. Slips are fun, because you can create. Okay, one more. So how many do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now remember, this is only half a sheet of paper, right? So when you're doing a journal and you've got the pages folded in half, like a regular 8.5 by 11. No, yeah, 8.5 by 11. Let's fold one in half and see the difference in size, because I cut these pages in half. It may just be the same height as this, probably. For sure, right? So if we were just doing a regular journal, we would fold the pages this way, right? See how many more we could get down the edge of a page? You could probably get the same amount from the top down. Does that make sense? Are those, just a nice fringe of flips? Again, very easy. Piece of washi. And look at all the writing space you've got. Like if you're using Rolex cards, index cards, something like that, then you've got the top side that you can write on, the bottom side you can write on, right? And then when you're at the bottom, you've got this whole space you can write on as well. So that adds an awful lot of extra writing space. Overlap, we try and do, 5 layers. So we've got the page, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Not 1, 2. I'm just trying to see here where it's all doubled. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this one. So it doesn't add even as much bulk depending on how thick. Some of this is cardstock, some of it's just regular copy paper. But really, that's not going to add a whack load of bulk in your journal. We've got other things that, right? It'll still be reasonably flat in your journal. Yes, no? Okay, so I've got those kind of flips. That's fine. Let's use one of these. All right. So there are people online who make these absolutely wonderful flips. They're probably, I wonder if I still have one. Because we've done some simple things here, right? Just regular flips, different configurations. I followed this one lady and she did a flip-flop thing. I can't remember who she was, but if you look for flip-flop flips, that's not it. I had planned on having this stuff beside me. Oh, I probably used the last one. Anyway, she cut a couple of pieces of paper, or one piece of paper, into various lengths so that it flipped down, it flipped out, it flipped down, it was very interesting. I will find her link, and I will put it in Meet Your Creativity because that was an absolutely incredible flip journal thing. Those of you who came in after the beginning, you're welcome. Take care, Devin. Thanks for popping in. Seriously, that flip-flop thing she did was incredible. Absolutely incredible. Take care. So then there's this, which is a nice flip out. So again, what this is you take a piece of paper and you fold it in four this way. No, I lied. It's the wide way. It's okay. And we're just going to chop that off with scissors. So this is a combination pocket flip kind of thing. Right? Yeah, that's about as wide as that is. So then we're going to take and we're going to cut across from here, reasonably straight, up to that corner. This is probably 3/4 of an inch, and I just went at an angle up to there. So we've got the back one, and then we're going to make sure this is an accordion fold, so that when you're opening it, you've got this. Let's do it this way, like this. We've done this for pockets and things, right? So this, again, I would glue it down so that it was a pocket at the back. So I would glue like this so that things would go in this way. I would have it close to this edge. So that would be glued down as a pocket, and then it would open inside across the journal this way. The paper I used was really brittle, so in all the folds and everything that I did, it kind of came apart, so that's why I've got X's with the numbers, chopped up a calendar and used it kind of like washi tape, Band-Aids. So I've got here just a little decorative something. So writing spaces. Here, these two are tucks. So I took a circle and I cut it into quarters so that I could have tuck spots. And then when it's glued down, you have a pocket. Does that make sense? So this makes a very lovely flip. I consider this a flip. I could do it so that it went like this. I would prefer to do it as a pocket and just have this flip, right? And then you've got all this side. Oh, right. That's exactly what I planned on doing. So what I did was I took little strips of brown paper and I put it down so that you can just tear them off like little notepads. So there's that. This would be glued down. And then on this side is writing. So again, that's just a half a sheet of, well, I guess I used a whole sheet for this one. And cut it. Fold it into four. Accordion style it. And decorate it whichever way you want. As I say, you could put washi so that the whole thing flips over. I just figured, because mine's pretty darn heavy, right? Because I've got brown paper on top of the copy paper on top of, well, I guess that was scrapbook paper, actually. So then I put book page and some of my collage bits. You know, I've added these. I don't even know how I added those. Are they stapled? I don't remember how I did this. Yeah. So I just stapled them. So I did that before I put the pockets and stuff on, so that the pockets would hide the staples. Strips of, yeah, brown paper, you know, like my desk paper, because I always have so much scrap. So 2 little notepad things, something fun, and writing space. Okay, let's glue it down. This does add bulk to your journal because it's thick. And then because I've, you know, so many layers, and I've got those 2 little mini journal thing pads in there, even though this brown paper is pretty thin, you know. Anyway, let's put this as a pocket, Kim. Stop talking! They got it, right? So I'm going to make sure that is glued down pretty decently, because if I'm using it as a pocket, I need to make sure it's going to stick down really, really well. And we're going to put it just inside here. And we're going to hold it down for a minute. Yeah. I wonder if I could just Google her thing and check out YouTube. I'm just looking for her flip-flop. Then I can YouTube search. Nope. With some flip-flop journals. It's got lots of flops in it, but this was one single piece that she used multiple pieces to create this. No, I can't find it. I will continue looking for it when we are not online, and I will put it in the community tab here, and I will put it in Meet Your Creativity, and I will put it down below as well. So yeah, I can't find it. Okay, sorry. Let's push this down. Flip outs add additional writing space to your journals. It gives more space to write, more things to decorate. Just making sure that glue is good and sturdy. So the pocket is here. And you know, that's a decent size pocket. It's definitely a decent size pocket. So again, you take your paper, you fold it in half, longwise, you fold it in 4, and chop them up. You know, do the angle. This one has a decent angle. Which one did I put the angle on? This one. So you just want, can you see? It's just a very, very slight zigzag. Very, very slight zigzag. But yeah, this was scrapbook paper, and then I added all that other stuff to it. So it's a chunky. So then on this side, I probably would just put one piece of paper with lines on it so that it's not adding any additional bulk. This kind of thing too, you can just make them, have them fun, and just stuff them in a pocket in the journal. But since we're doing flip outs today, that's what we're doing. We're flipping out. All right. Now what, guys? Now what? Let's try, anything folded in half. You could glue down and flip, right? You don't even have to fold it in half. Glue it down, make it a pocket, have some of it so it opens. Let's just go through this box that I made, and I will show you just various folds that I did so that I could have different flips. A lot of these are just folded in half so that I can use them as little journal cards, mini cards. I do have lots that I folded. This one I folded in half, and then I folded them so that they were different sizes so that you could see the edge of them. Yeah, book pages folded like that were very cool. Very, very cool. Okay, so again, I can have it so that this goes around a page and we've got a flip. Or we could have it on the page edge with the safety pin, paper clip, so that we've got a flip, We could glue it down. Glue this down, pocket behind, flip out both ways. Let's do that. Let's do it like that. Is that the same as this first one we did? Maybe. Let's find out. That one I went around the side. It just flips this way. I want to make sure I'm not repeating myself. I did the same thing, so it went down the bottom. Okay, so this is something different. I've got that one. Look, I have a mess. No, it doesn't surprise anybody. Okay, we're going to put it on this side, right here, right in the middle of the page. We could have it at the edge of the page. We could have it in the middle so that people could write something at the bottom, something at the top. Your decision, right? So again, the paper was folded in half, and then I folded towards the center, both edges, but they're not equal, so that I've got a definite edge difference so that people can see that. This is all just copy paper, just wild colors. This is scrapbook paper, and it's a little bit thicker, so I'm not going to worry about, it's just going to be something very small that will go tucked in there. I'm just going to open it up. And we're going to turn this one into the pocket. Glue on 3 sides. And we're going to put it right against the bottom. Like this. Like that. Yeah, I didn't pull book pages out to play with like this today. Okay. So there you have this. That's too big. So I've got a little pocket behind. I'm all about pockets, guys. I love pockets. Okay, so we've got a little pocket behind, and then we've got the flip outs. Again, put more pockets in, decorate them. But that's cute, right? So again, you fold the page in half, and then you do something like that to it. What else have we got? Just a regular accordion fold. So then you would glue the bottom one down, and you would put a little. Let's just do it. Piece of scrapbook paper, any kind of paper, folded in 4. Accordion fold it, right? We'll do that on the inside here. Let's put it right against this edge. And we're just going to glue this whole back piece down. Not pocketing this one. We're just going to glue it. Just glue the whole thing down. Just some interactive interest, right? And we're not going to have it right against the seam, the spine again. Make sure it's not against the spine. Now we could have a button or something so that we can tuck this underneath it. What we do need is a little piece of paper to use as a pull tab. I'm looking for a little piece of paper. I have, let's take a piece of this. It's fun, it's bright, it's colorful. We're just going to lop off about an inch. Kim saves all the scraps, right? This is why Kim uses scraps, saves them. We're going to put glue, folded it in half. Okay? Fold it in half. We're going to glue it. So now we're going to take it against the edge that's going to be out, and we're just going to make a little pull tab. Glue it down. It's not straight. Kim didn't, Kim didn't do it. Kim did not do it. Now, we want them to know that they have to pull it. So I'm going to cut these angles to a point. So it's like an arrow. Right? So now they know that they have to pull it. Does that make sense? So for this, I probably would use a paper clip to hold it, or maybe that's not going to work. That's not going to work. We could do one of those things like the circle with the brad in it. So they'd have to flip it up and then do it. What do you think? Did you see where I put those circles? Yeah, it is helpful. So then I can have, let's do the 2 circles. How about if we do 4 circles? We'll use a bigger brad. Let's have fun. Let's just play. Hole punch. Just playing. 2-inch circle punch. You don't need a punch. You could draw it, fold the paper, cut 4 at once. It works. Okay, so now I need a little bit bigger hole, so I am going to use this because I have to use a bigger brad, I think. because I think those little ones are too small. Post-it notes stuck to it. Let's use pink because I've got the pink for the pull. And I want it so that it just goes over the edge. So I'm going to put it right there. I'm going to just draw a dot. Just draw a dot. So we've got 4 circles. Let's make that hole just a little bit bigger. I don't know if it's big enough. We'll find out. Might have to put the toothpick. Look, toothpick through it will probably work just beautifully. Like magic. Like magic. Okay. Choose a hole. See how nicely it just overlaps that? No, don't tell me I can't get these things apart. Come on. I don't know. It doesn't want to come apart for me. There we go. Now, for sure, I will have to put something on this back. Although these aren't pointy, it will need something. So now I've got this. We've got this that we could turn into a flower. Like that. I think that's a cute little page. What do you mean, where do I get these ideas from? I don't know where I get these ideas from. They just evolve. I'll start one thing and my mind just says, oh, let's try this. As you can see, we're playing. I'm having a let's try this. Right? So then they would move these and pull. That's fun. That's fun. Okay, so we've got the 2 flips. We've got this one here, right? I bet you I'm going to have enough to do a full signature, a little signature journal. Yeah, it's that's exactly where they come from. Let's try it. Let's see what happens. I'm all about the let's see what happens. You guys know that. All right. What else have I folded up here? What else? Okay, I got this one. It's exactly the same as that one. Folded different depths. I got glue stuck to my fingers. Different depths. Same thing. Same thing. This one too could be one of those zigzaggy pull it outs. Let's try that in a different way. Have an idea. So we've got it. I want it as a zigzag, but I want the colored side out. So I guess I have to fold that the other way around. Okay, so we've got it like this. Now, what happens if I take this back one and I fold it in half? and glue this down. Let's take another piece of paper. Yeah. I think a lot of it comes with, because so many people do flips on their channels, and I don't necessarily watch a lot of other people's channels. I do often have it as background while I'm working, but I'm really bad for not actually watching other people's channels. Really bad. So I don't know where I want to place this. I'm going to place it towards this back corner. The folded corner. All right. So now I need another one of those little pull tab things. Again, about an inch. Fold it in half. Glue it. And stick it. You want it to look like a pull tab. So it's got to stick out. This one's not folded quite as nice as I would have liked. We've got spraying happening. We've got lots and lots of spraying happening. So I don't know if using a bone folder to crunch that seam, the edges down. We're going to try that first, see if that works. Okay, so I didn't quite get that in the middle. It's okay. You get the idea. It's narrow. Let's use the bone folder, see if I can get those folds tighter. Nope, folds don't want to be tighter. So again, I will have to come and do some sort of tie down. That's where these come in handy too. I don't know. I think those brads are too small. I've got bigger brads. Let's see what I got. This is a fun yellow one. Is that big enough? It is big enough. All right. Watch. We're going to do this. Lid. Okay. So, see, some of the tabs have a smaller hole in them. This one doesn't have a smaller hole. So we're just going to do this. We're going to put those to the side. We can open the page up. We want the brad to go through there. Draw a dot. And so we're going to poke the brad through. Maybe I'll use a toothpick. Somebody else was talking about how there's a lady who does all kinds of things and needs a lot of tie downs in her journals. So she uses the pop can tabs. So I've been saving them when I've been having my bubblies. This one definitely has pointy pokies. Okay, that one doesn't want to split. I'll find another one. Hey, Brenda. Awesome. Thanks for popping in. I'll use this one instead. I will use this one instead. We are playing with flips today. And I'm doing some folded paper flips. I don't know if they actually should be called flips or what they should be called, but okay, so I've got this. And again, it swivels, right? That brad's a bit big. We'll see what happens. Let's pull. So we've got it. And we can just tuck it under the brad. We don't actually even need this turny thing. But it's cute, right? The turny thing is cute. I should have put the brad just a little farther away. Oh, that's funny, Brenda. Oh, someone was flip-flopping around. Yeah, I have been because I've been putting things down. And as you can see, the desk, I'm just piling things. So anyway, I would use a different kind of top pull, the ones with the two holes like this, but they've got smaller holes instead of these ones. But you get the idea, right? That you can use a brad and then you can use it as a tie down. This one, like I say, with the brad the way it is, it should have been farther away, but we're playing, right? We're learning as we go. This one too has really sharp things. So what a lot of people do is then punch out a piece of pretty paper and they put it over. They glue it over so it's hiding. Liver dinner from KFC. KFC has liver dinner? Ugh. Sorry. I'm not a liver fan. So that's another way to do it. A different kind of tie down for a pull out. I don't know if these would work as a flip. Oh, I put stuff on top of it too. Okay, never mind. That one is gone. You're not even going to try to explain. Okay. Nap time. Nap time's good. But that's a heck of a drive if you're still going to be driving for 45 minutes to go and pick somebody up at dinner. Okay, so we've done a few of those. Now, when you guys said that you wanted to see different flips, were you talking fabric? Were you talking lace? Were you talking paper? I just assumed you were talking paper. Let me just look. I've got a bag of fabric stuff over here. Because I am reasonably prepared. Just, lots of craft-a-lanches happening. Okay. I've got this lovely little quilt square. It was cut with pinking shears. Of course, you can use tulle, you can use ribbon, you could use whatever you like, right? When you're putting it into a journal to use as a flip. I don't have pinking shears. I'm just going to cut because it's just that little bit wide. I'm going to cut maybe, I'll say that's an inch off this side. and an inch off this side. Well, it doesn't really matter because nobody really knows how big that piece was to begin with. Okay, so we're going to do it here. So say you want to have a little bit of a surprise back here. Something that's kind of fun. So you want to put this down. Now the easiest way to do that is if you've got a fabric glue, you run fabric glue along here. Because cottons and polycottons, polyester things do glue down reasonably well. Right? I like putting some fabric flips in. You're not going to try to explain? You're not picky fussy? See, I can't eat liver. Okay, 20 minutes home, that's not bad. Oh, 45 minutes is how long you've been listening. Oh, okay. Yeah, my mom used to boil liver and kidney for her dogs. So it was nasty. The whole house would just reek. I can't do liver or kidney. So then you would take a pretty piece of paper and you would glue it over the top, right? So I'm going to use that paper. You could also do it so that you've got two pieces of paper. You can make it as pretty or as boring as you like, right? I think I like just the one. So I'm going to trim that so it's here. And then I'm going to glue this down on top of the fabric. I'm going to glue the whole thing down. Got to bring in groceries? Okay. Tuesday is grocery day. Tuesday, the first Tuesday of every month, I go grocery shopping and do a big shop because our stores do 10% Tuesdays. You get 10% off your groceries. Unfortunately, this Tuesday, I was really feeling, or last Tuesday in the morning, I was feeling really lazy. I just didn't feel like going grocery shopping before the live stream. So we didn't do a shop last Tuesday. And so then I am just going to kind of center that, make sure I am over the edge of the fabric, glue it down. So now I have a fabric flip, right? So that's the easiest way of doing a fabric flip. Little strip of fabric, glue it down, put something fun on top of it. It's even more fun if we take a needle with some thread, string, butcher twine, whatever you've got. Roughly figure out half. I'm not as concerned about that as, So I'm going to run my needle and thread through the fabric and the paper. You could put a paper button on here. That would be kind of cute. Snow flurries last night. Oh. AC on in the truck. Yeah. And snow last night. Sounds like Manitoba. Okay, so now we're just going to tie a cute little bow. Of course, you could do something a little bit brighter than this ecru, but I'm using what I've got on my desk. You guys know how I operate. So we're going to tie a knot. And then we're going to tie a little bow. And trim that. Put that in the bin over there. So now we're just going to make the bow a little bit prettier. Pull the loops down a little bit. It's just a little twisted. Cute little bow. I'm just going to take a dab of glue, put it under where the knot of the bow is, just so it stays in place. Yeah, I should have used something brighter so that you could. Hey, Pam, nice to see you. Welcome, welcome. Okay. If I had a sewing machine, I could have sewed this piece of fabric in. I do not have a sewing machine working. I will get to it eventually. I will take it. And it's not like it's far from here. It's like 25 minutes away. It's in a town just southwest of us, about 25 minutes. So there's another flip. Right? Cute. Got this flip. Yeah, I don't like that. I'm going to pull that off. Let's just take that off. Just have the big brad. If? Yeah. One day I'll do it. One day I will go and deal with that. Seriously, I will. So I will just tuck that under the brad instead of having this. We'll put those away. I like the idea of them, but I think those would work better on the cover of a journal where it's thicker. Could use a heavier brad. Okay, so again, this will just untuck and it will pull. All right. There we go. 2 more flip outs. Now, of course, when I was doing this journal, you guys saw this. We were playing with it on Sunday. And it's not done yet, but I am much closer. I have those big sheets that flip out. I had that temperature page that I didn't want to get rid of. So I glued a paper down so that it folds over, right? And I have the map and the kilometers between cities that I didn't want to lose. So again, I did one on the edge. So it flips out this way. I have those full sheets of my painted paper prints. You say that 9 times really fast. So that it's the full page, and I just have it folded up so that you fold it up and tuck it back in. Lots of extra writing space. So that's another, flip that you guys can do. Basically, it's just having something folded that you could open up. Or, like these ones, it's just straight piece with washi tape. Did get a lot done on Sunday. I was working on it yesterday because I know I'm flipping around here, back and forth. And I decided that I had some of these pages had just too much white. So I decided to do dots on them instead of, gluing stuff down. So I did dots. The thing being is this page stuff is really thin. So it does show on the other side. So then I had to do, I had to be very careful where I put my dots. This is a flip down. But anyway, I was going through and I was putting dots on the pages because it was fun. I just thought it was a lot of fun. A little bit of whimsy added. Here's another flip out page, just a full page of printed gel print that I photocopied and whatever. So anyway, I was putting the dots on and realized that some of these pages at the back were really, really thin and needed something so that the dots didn't bleed through. So that's why I was adding papers. Love that flower. Which flower? That's napkin. That's doodle. I don't know which flower. Am I close? This one? That's a wobble cut. This one? That's just my painted roses. This one? I have no idea. Anyway, so let's just go over what we've done. We've got this flip down out of a big folded piece. This is going to be so much fun to decorate, guys. So much fun. Oh, the big round green one? The pocket? Yeah. I painted quite a few of those. I was on a, I don't know, painting weekend here at home. I was in the zone painting, you know. So I did quite a few of those. Okay, so we've got that one. And then on this side, we have the pocket, right? So we went around the page with that flip. We did all these flips kind of like a cascade-y kind of thing. Although cascades, I think you can pull them and they flip up and down. I can't remember how that actually works. But we just did a step of these. I showed you how you could place them randomly on the page and have like, it looks like stairs. So we've got that one. We have this one that is like the one that flips down, but we did it sideways. Oh, yeah. Definitely leave it for writing space. Like this one. That's what I was just saying. These, my painted the prints of my gel prints. Oh, I lost a page tab thing. Where the whole page folds out, I just leave that entire page blank. Like this, right? I just leave that blank so they could do whatever they want with it. Just extra writing space. So what I do is I just take a piece of 8.5 by 11 that I have. It was an original of my pieces. I put them into the computer and I print them out, or I put them on copy for the printer and I print it out, fold it up, and I do like a 1/2 inch at the one edge so that I can have it. This one is actually like a border, so it wraps around. Sometimes I have it glued down here. Whatever works. So, but yeah, this I leave for total writing on. I've got 2 or 3 of them in here. Just so that there's lots of writing space. I'm all about the writing space, right? This one also flips out. But this one, the nice thing about doing this is when you run it off on your printer and it's light like this, they can write on it. If this is all ink and that kind of stuff, then sometimes you've got to have the special pens to write on the paint, that kind of thing. And this one, I did put a pocket on. So, you can decorate any of it, all of it, whatever you like. I like to leave it blank for writing space. So like I say, there's a few of them in here. And then I was explaining while you're doing your groceries, when we were playing with this journal on Sunday, I had these pages that I didn't want to get rid of. So I put pages like flip scrapbook paper so that, and I've got that on both sides. So lots of writing space. This journal is getting really chunky, guys. But soon it will be done. I think I've added everything I needed to add. Okay, so we've got this one where it tucks under the brad, and then you can pull it and flip it. This is the fabric one that we just did. Yeah, the thing is, and to be honest, I like doing that with, that was from the full washi tape pages I do on the tracing paper. So I scan it in, and then I chop it into pieces, and I use it to fill in pockets, right? So that I have just like a little piece of that kind of paper that's my own artwork that I can just stick in a pocket. Easy filler. Seriously, easy filler. They can write on both sides of it. One side's decorative, one side's plain. Hey, Teresa, welcome. You're on the phone and missed it? Okay. So when I do a gel print or a masterboard or that kind of thing, I will put it on the scanner part of my printer, and I will either photocopy it, like do a copy that way, or sometimes I do scan it into the computer if I really, really like it and I know I'll use it again. So then I scan it and I will put it in as a flip, right? Lots of writing space. Or I take that photocopy and I chop it into pieces, various pieces, so that I can tuck it into pockets. Because sometimes we just don't have, especially me, because darn near every page has a pocket or a tuck spot on these, right? And you guys all know that I like making all my own little bits to tuck in. It takes an awful lot of time. And I'm starting to realize that I can't make everything for every single pocket if I've got a journal that's like 100 pages plus, right? So then I just take that print and I chop it up like, you know, when you chop up a masterboard, you just cut it into various sizes. Some are like 3x4, whatever. I always have a stack of them just so that I can tuck them into the pockets and tuck spots. It's just easier that way. Because if you use the print, like this one was really heavily painted, and we all know that markers, etc., are a bugaboo to use on them because the markers get damaged by the paint, whatever. So this way, they can just use regular gel pens or a Bic pen. They could use a marker, you know. But again, copy paper, you don't want to use markers too much because it will go through. But still, they can use a regular pen on it. Okay, so we did this with the fabric flip. Put a piece of paper down to make it look pretty at the top. And then I just sewed a little bow, like I went through and stitched a little string bow on it. You're welcome. It's all a case of time versus money. I don't know. I bought one of those ink tank printers because I needed a new printer. So I'm seeing how far I can go with it. Perfect. Perfect, Dan. Exactly. That's what I've done. So I'll make 3 or 4 copies out of one thing, and I will use it for tags. I will use it so it flows through, right? Just so it matches. Okay, so we've got this one. It was just a little strip of scrapbook paper that I folded in half and then in, right, so that I don't have matching edges so people can see that it gets opened up. And this too has a little pocket behind because I'm all about the pockets, right? So this is smaller, but still, it's a pocket. It's got to have the pockets. Okay. And then this one was that 4-fold, fan fold, 4 thing that so you get 3 pages this way because the other one is glued down. On this side, you get all 4 sides to write on if you so desire. Mine have pockets. You know, I took that circle and I cut it into 4 so that I could use it as tucks. So this is a nice one. And on this one, like I say, I stapled, made little rip-off pieces so that if you want to just write yourself some notes. Okay. I don't know if I've got any more ideas on different things to do. Flips and flops and yeah, you know, the thing I really like about it is they're small, right? It's like doing a zine or ATCs. You could do each side differently. I always leave that one side so that I can glue it down. Again, that one too has the pocket behind, right? I glued it so that I could have a pocket. So you can use anything, right? So much. You could just have a piece of paper like this, piece of washi tape, so that it hinges. The Z fold pockets. These ones. This is like a I don't know what you're. Oh, this pocket. I know which one you're talking about. I've got one over here. Let me just debury it. I know exactly what you're talking about. This one? Teresa, this one? So that you've got this and this and this. Yeah. Yeah. That's the one, the flip-flop one. That's that lady. Hey, Marguerite, nice to see you. That's that lady I was telling you about. I will find her video and link it. Debury it. And then, of course, this one, I did it on a piece of file folder. It is, I have a ruler, maybe, somewhere. Oy, my desk is, there it is, a little overrun again. So this is 5 3/4 inches I cut. And this was from a file folder. You can see the thing. So it's got a fold over at the top. You can Velcro it. But if you open it, it opens this way. It's almost like the way we do the envelope ones, right? So, and each one has a pocket on it. So this also I could, glue down and make it a pocket in the journal. And then it would just fold up nicely with a piece of Velcro in it. But that's a bit of bulk. It's a fair bit of bulk. Yeah, and that's exactly the one I'm talking about. That folds this way and it folds that way. It's I can't find the one that I did. I don't know. I can't see that I've used it. I don't remember using it, I should say. But this too would make a really nice flip out. But as I say, you could use envelopes. I just happened to see somebody do this with file folder. And I had lots of file folders. All right. So this one, yeah, I really like this one. Pretty bulky the way I did it though. All right. I don't know if I've got any more ideas. I don't know that I folded any of these up any differently that, you know, just little bits, lots and lots of little bits, guys. Any other ideas? Like, have you guys seen something? Throw an idea at me that we could try. I do admit that I like the accordion style more than the one that goes over and over out. You know, this I kind of like the accordion style more. That's just it. You cut them the size that you need, right? But yeah, there are so many interesting ways to do flip outs. I'm sure there's a bazillion and one that I have no ideas about. Oh, look, somebody sent me an idea. Let's see what it is. Let's see. Is it a... come on. Mouse is not cooperating. Let's look. Yeah, that's that 3-layer pocket, right, Sherry? Okay, take care, Belinda. Drive safe. Talk to you soon. I've done that pocket, Sherry. It's a 3. Just had the bin with them in. I have so many bins and stuff, guys. My goodness. I keep pushing this table, so this bin had... I was just looking at it this morning when I was cleaning. Okay, it wasn't this bin. What the heck? That bin. You know when you clean and you put things, you organize it, and then you don't know where it is. It's like this one, right, Sherry? So that you've got this one, this one, this one, and you could glue it down. We did that one when we did pockets a couple of weeks ago. This is the box that I put all my... Hey, try that. Let's try something different. Things. Oh, yeah. Because we did this silly pocket. Do you guys remember this one? I completely forgot about it until now because that was the nightmare one. What's this? Oh, it's a littler one of that. Okay. Yeah. You know what else would be kind of fun to do as a flip out? I'm thinking. Because you could use anything. You could use a card. You could use an ATC. You could use the index cards. You could use anything. But I had an idea to use... I have to see if I can find it. One of these. One of our little envelope clusters. Yeah, that's 4 pockets in one. I like that. So if we had this on a page, of course, this doesn't fit in this page. If we had that on a page, We could have that as a flip out. That could be very cute to use as a flip out. The other thing I was thinking is if we had a zine. No, that wouldn't work. I was thinking we could do a zine as a flip out, but there are those ones that if they were folded in a certain way. Oh, I remember this now. How the heck did it work? You could take one of those little square envelopes, those origami envelopes that we make. Have to find one. I should have some very close. Because I know I've seen them recently. Oh, that's not it. But those little origami envelopes, and you glue it down, you could use it as an open up flip. Okay, let's fold one up. Let's just fold one up. Let's just take a piece of this paper here. Let's just take a piece of paper. Let's fold it into a square. All's good. Square. Let's cut it. Okay, so then we fold this up just over the center fold. And we fold that in. And we fold this in. That's not how it goes. Right. Sorry, we're going to do this again. You fold it in half. You fold this down. There we go. Right? Fold it. Have a square. You fold it in half, point to point. You fold one point down. You take this one and you fold it this way. And this one and this way. Right? So then you tuck them into each other, right? Because you've got this little gap. And you tuck that one in. Okay? So now, what you could do is, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this on this light blue piece of paper. We're going to glue this down. You know, the flap that would go down. We're going to glue that to the page. Okay, so we've got our origami folded envelope where the flap is. I put glue on it. We're going to glue it down on a page, reasonably centered, whatever. We're going to do it like this. Let's get the bone folder or scissors or something to make that flat. Whoa, don't knock that cup off. Okay, so we've got that. So look, it's a flip up, right? It's a flip up, but we can unfold it. And there's a whole big piece to write on. What do you guys think? Then you can just fold it back up. And that makes an interesting thing on the page. Yes, no? All right, I'm out of ideas. Definitely out of ideas now. Brain sore. So it's been a short live today. Yeah, for secret messages. That's how I did the secret message in my scavenger hunt journal, actually. I did an envelope and I folded it up and wrote it way down deep in the bottom. But again, like I say, this could be a flip. And then we can open it up and write. And put it away. And then we've got a pocket. So it could just look like it's a little pocket, right? So that's it. 2 hours. I came up with a few ideas. I don't know if they're anything new from what anybody else does. I don't know if they're useful to you. I just hope you take something away from this. Yeah, teenier and tinier. We could put another envelope in there and another envelope in that. We could have a lot of fun, right? It could just be a never-ending set of envelopes. We did the secret pockets. I did a thing on that the other day. Right? We did those secret pockets the other day. I don't have mine handy, but we did quite a few of those. But yeah, I like those secret pockets. They're beautiful. They're beautiful when they're done. They really are. Well, I'm glad that you understand flip outs now. I mean, seriously, anything could be a flip out. I could take this and glue it down so that it flips out as well, right? Like, this doesn't have to be a folio and a signature. This could be, I could glue it to, say, the back of this page or this way, right? So then it would flip out. Whatever, I think whatever moves opposite to the way it's sitting is considered a flip. I don't know. I don't know the true definition. I hope that you guys had fun. I really appreciate everybody for being here. It's a short one today. I want to thank everybody for coming, the people in the balcony, the replayers. And like I say, I hope you managed to take something away from it, because I'm not sure if I did anything different than anybody else does. I just, played, guys. I just played. So take care, everybody. Thanks again. I will see you Friday, going live at 12:45. I'm not sure if Jean is going to be here or not. If not, I'm sure I can come up with something that we could play around with. Next week is snippet rolls. Snippet rolls. So thanks again, and I will see you Friday. Bye now. And I will find that link to that flippy floppy one, and I will make sure that I get it where you can see it. Bye. Ooh, mouse down. And my mouse doesn't like this paper. Let's see. Here we go. And bye.